What is going on, everyone? Anthony here, and welcome back to another video here on Let's Talk Resident Evil. And this is some new Resident Evil stuff that we got. This is Resident Evil Death Island. Now, this was just uploaded by the IGN YouTube page, so I haven't seen it yet. I haven't watched it. I see Leon in the thumbnail. I haven't read the description, so let's just go in and watch this, and I'll give you guys my genuine reaction. Let's do this, all right? Got the headphones on. Let's rock and roll. Playing in 3, 2, 1. Oh shit! So we got a zombie prisoners there. Oh shit! We got Chris. Island of Despair. Oh shit! Experiments on an island? Sounds very Resident Evil. We got Leon on the bike. Jill's back! What? 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 They got Jill back? Holy shit. Jill and Leon chat room. This is such a big deal, chat room, because these films do take place in the main game timeline, so they do actually take place in between games or after the fact, right? They still continue our characters. That's why these CG films are actually pretty cool, because they don't try to make stuff out of a live action and try to retell it that way. This is something that they're actually telling from the story of the game. And with Jill Valentine coming back, she hasn't been in a mainline Resident Evil since Resident Evil 5. There was Revelations, but that takes place before that. There was Resident Evil 3 Remake, but that takes place in 1998. We need to see Jill now. What happened after she got captured by Wesker, after the events of Resident Evil 5, and we're finally going to see it. And not only are we going to see it and see what she's been up to, but we're finally going to see Jill and Leon and Chris on the same screen together. I mean, this is awesome. This is actually really fucking cool for a Resident Evil fan. I'm super excited, but I'm going to go back and break down this video right now. So it's a very fast trailer. It's 30 seconds. So I definitely want to go back right now and take a closer look inside the trailer, and let's see what we can find. It does have a little blurb in the IGN video, so we have an idea of what this thing's about. It says, D.S.O. agent Leon S. Kennedy is on a mission to rescue Dr. Antonio Taylor from kidnappers. When a mysterious woman thwarts his pursuit, meanwhile, B.S.A.A. agent Chris Redfield is investigating a zombie outbreak in San Francisco, where the cause of the infection cannot be identified. The only thing victims have in common is that they all visited the Alcatraz Island recently. Following that clue, Chris and his team head to the island, where a new horror awaits them. Alright, so we have more infected islands and outbreaks happening in major cities and all that stuff, and it brings everyone together. So, Chris still being in the B.S.A.A., I'm assuming this is before the events of what happened in the last game. Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. So this right here looks like it's on the island. It's on the Alcatraz Island that they mentioned in the description here. Still experiments happening. So this right here looks like he's turning into a zombie, clearly. But it looks like he's still kind of human as well. So he's kind of in that in-between. And he's fighting off someone here, which doesn't look like it's going to end well for the island here. A new evil has taken residence. I like that. And there is Leon in his new jacket, looking like how he did in Vendetta and Infinite Darkness. I like that they're keeping the characters pretty consistent here with the CGI. That always looks good. It looks like he's checking his phone for something here. Then his watch. Okay, what did it say there? Let's go back here. So this right here looks like they have a monitor with the Alcatraz Island, and they have a GPS location of its whereabouts. Okay, what does it say here? Expert in his free time, then relocated something financial technology company to ensure Shiosawa visited Alcatraz as part. It cuts off the first name, but Shiosawa visited Alcatraz as part of something. So that's probably when they're doing some investigative work. So this right here just looks like there is a bunch of bodies. You can see blood on the one right in the front here. So it looks like this is where they're experimenting on the island. So this right here definitely is Rebecca, considering it says Rebecca, smiley face. So there you go, and that's how her coffee is, CMCCWC, or does that mean something else? Who knows? But Rebecca's back. That's awesome to see. It's something you can easily miss in this fast 30-second teaser clip. It's not even like a full-on trailer, so it happens really fast. So that's why I wanted to break it down in the same video. But look at that, Rebecca. So you got Chris, Leon, Jill, and Rebecca all in one film. We know in Vendetta, she kind of took more of a behind-the-scenes approach in the current RE timeline, where she's more of a scientist, helping out that way, and in some investigative work, but we'll see what she does in this film. But I like that. And there we go. There's Chris Redfield, looking a little bit older, but looks very similar to how he did in Vendetta. I'm sure this takes place after Vendetta, sometime between, hopefully, Resident Evil 6 or 7, if they want to keep placing these in between games. But, you know, he's got his drip on. He's got his dress shirt, looking like he's blending in. You can see the Alcatraz Island logo behind him, so it's probably when the attacks happen in San Francisco, and then Chris has to go in and investigate himself. He's still with B.S.A.A., so again, this is before they kind of fell corrupt at the end of what we saw in Village there. So, all right, so that's the boat heading towards the island. But oh shit, you see that right underneath there? You see that right underneath the boat to the left? You see that? It's a literal shark. So I think we're going to get some infected aquatic BOWs here, judging from what I saw already on the first. Like this right here. I saw this on the first run through. And these literally look like aquatic liquors. They have fins, they have scales. I mean, look at this. You see that right there? They're kept in a cage. So whoever's been experimenting on this island, they're definitely messing with some aquatic BOWs and really utilizing the island to their full potential, because they have never been in the water like this before, especially liquors. So this is something that's new. And this right here is an infected guard. It looks like he also got to some other people behind him. There's some dead bodies laying on the ground there. So clearly the prison doesn't stay normal for long, as if it was ever normal in the first place. Okay, hold up. We got some details here. This right here, judging from the girl in the back in the pink and the dude in the blue, this looks like a continuation of the scene we saw earlier with the one zombie beating down on the one guy, and it looks like he's now spreading it to the rest of the prison or the visitors, and they're all getting got. And this right here looks like another part of the island. This looks like some kind of insect bug. I can't really read the text on the screen. It doesn't really make it clear. I can't really see what that says underneath the numbers on the top left there, but this looks like something else that is lurking on the aquatic BOW side. We'll see what they end up doing with the bugs or the insects, and the water aspect of this is pretty cool. We know Resident Evil has used islands and boats before, so this looks like it's trying to do some different things, which is cool. Not sure who this is. Judging by her outline, it's clearly none of our RE females that we know. And that hair and the outfit doesn't really look familiar. I'm not sure who this is in the front here looking up at her coming down the stairs, but maybe it has something to do with who's in charge of this island. They don't really look familiar by the silhouettes, but it's kind of hard to just judge off that. Okay, something else coming from the water here. I wonder what that floating purple mist is that's going around on the top there. Maybe that's something that awakens the monster in the water there. You can see it's all poking out of the water. I don't even know what the hell that is. We just see a bunch of pipes in the background, and maybe this is the final boss that they're hinting at. We'll see. And there's Chris in his B.S.A.A. getup. And there is Chris in his B.S.A.A. getup, and very Resident Evil Vendetta-esque. So I like him in the outfit here. Looks good. And we got Leon riding the bike. I wonder if this bike will be advertised or sponsored like the other one in Vendetta. It is black and green bike, looking stylish. Leon's always riding a product placement vehicle in these movies, so I always think that's funny. So I'm sure they'll do the same thing with Sony again. Okay, chat room. So that for sure, even though it's night vision, that is in fact a infected shark. We saw the shark swimming under the boat, but I think this might be the Jaws battle of Resident Evil that we've been that we've been waiting for. I don't know. This looks pretty cool. This does look cool. They kind of keep it under, because you kind of see it back here when Chris is on the boat here heading to the island. You see it underneath, and then seeing it coming up in night vision, opening its mouth. I mean, that looks pretty cool, and it is something different for this for Resident Evil and the CGI stuff. They are switching it up.
Resident Evil, Death Island.
I like the voice. Resident Evil, Death Island. And here is Jill. Back after such a long time. Like I said, she was in the remake, but that took place in 2008. She was in Revelations, but that took place before Resident Evil 5. Jill here looks identical to the 1998 Jill that we got in the Resident Evil 3 remake that Nikki Tompkins played. I wonder if she's going to come back and play her. We don't hear her talk in this. She does have a necklace on, it looks like. She has the earphones on. She's at a shooting range, probably getting ready for some combat. Going to be on the front lines for the first time, probably in years, because we haven't seen her in years. And of course, she's crossing paths with Leon, which is awesome. But she doesn't look that much older, so she's probably aged gracefully here. She does look a little bit more buff, like she's more jacked. She's been working out. She's got the experience. She's got the gloves on. I'm sure that's her handgun that she's wielding there. So she doesn't look that aged as our other characters, but she does look like she is ready for combat, getting in gear for a next outbreak or something that she's going to have to team up with Chris for. And I always wanted to know what happened with Jill and Chris and the B.S.A.A. And in this movie, Chris is still in the B.S.A.A. So what happens with Jill, and what happens to the point where B.S.A.A. gets corrupt again? I'm not sure. Whether that's going to be relevant to this film, I don't know. But the fact that we're seeing Jill back here in this shot, this is awesome. This looks like it is going to be a movie that we're finally getting a lot of our legacy characters crossing paths. And that makes me wonder what they're going to do for the next game, RE9. You know what I mean? If they're showing this and showing our characters kind of come back in this film, I wonder how much of a sense of a reunion this is going to be for a lot of our characters. Seeing Jill back in action, though, I cannot wait. I know for Vendetta, they released it around the same time for the States and Japan, so we're going to have to see what we have coming in summer of 2023. It's coming up, chat room, for Death Island. I am so excited for this, guys. This isn't a live-action Resident Evil. This is a CGI adaptation that takes place in the game's story and the timeline, so I'm a happy guy. We get to see Jill finally cross paths with Leon, finally coming back after the events of Resident Evil 5 in the main timeline. It's not a remake. It's not a game that takes place before one of the main games. It's something that is current, and I cannot wait to see what they have in store for us. And also we have, Chris and Rebecca, and who knows what else is going to be thrown our way this summer when this thing drops. Hopefully it drops here in the States as well as in Japan. I know they kind of did a dual release with Vendetta when that came out. They got it a little bit earlier than us, but we still got it the same summer. So they always do a good job with the CG here, and the fact that it is in the game's timeline makes it always intriguing to check out and see what's going on with our characters. And they usually do a good job at depicting our characters in that way, where they're not so over the top or so out there, where it doesn't take it out of the experience, But I really want to know what you guys think of this brand new trailer, and Jill Valentine is back. Let me know in the comments what you think of this brand new CGI film dropping in the summer. Don't forget to smash that like button, and stay tuned as the road to Resident Evil 4 Remake continues.